The fact that he particularly targeted National Guard troops here in Washington, D.C., and I believe, if I may be getting it wrong here, but I don't think that he's a resident of even the DMV area. So what was it about the National Guard? The only thing that I could see is that because of the conversation that many people have been having about the National Guard here, not just in Washington, D.C., but elsewhere around the country. I think that's the only thing that I could think of that factored into why he would come to Washington, D.C. and shoot two National Guard troops. It's the conversation that we've been having about National Guards in the areas, much like here in Washington.
This was a different level of stupid. Anyone with half a brain can easily see this attack had nothing to do with President Trump. Nothing to do with the National Guard. This was a direct attack against America, against American citizens. Since you cannot think of any other reasons an attack like this would take place, let me help you out. Maybe President Biden should have not brought over 300,000 Afghans here unvetted. Maybe it is time to fix the broken immigration here in America. Maybe it is time to stop with the nonsense open border policies.
President Donald Trump has confirmed one of the West Virginia National Guard members shot this week in Washington, D.C. has died.
Sarah Beckstrom of West Virginia, one of the guardsmen that we're talking about, highly respected, young, magnificent person, started service in June of 2023, outstanding in every way. She's just passed away.
And as you heard the president say, she joined the Guard in 2023. Officials say she volunteered to work this week so that others could go home to spend Thanksgiving with their families.
If you love this country and still have any sense of pride left in you, moments like this should infuriate you. And no, this is not about politics. This is about protecting Americans. Senseless attacks like this should anger you to a point where you say, close the gate. No more immigrants here in America. Enough is enough. And of course, as you can hear the accent, I myself am a product of immigration. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunities America offers me. That's why I love this country. But if you're gonna come here and behave like an animal, you certainly do not deserve the privilege to be here in this great country.
Authorities have identified the suspected shooter as Ramullah Kanawal, and the 29-year-old Afghan national who worked with the U.S. government, including the CIA, came to the country in 2021 as part of then-President Biden's Operation Allies Welcome. That's a program aimed to protect vulnerable Afghans in the wake of the U.S. military withdrawal from Afghanistan.
When you watch this video, does it look like there was proper vetting done? Does it look like we know exactly who's coming into the country? I think it is time to have a proper investigation for us to understand what Biden did to this country. Yes, Biden was incompetent, but the way he left the country unprotected for 4 years, I don't believe incompetence was the reason.
We're working very closely with our federal partners, especially DHS and the FBI, to review his immigration history and the vetting process itself. What we know about him is that he drove his vehicle across country from the state of Washington with the intended target of coming to our nation's capital. He resided in Bellingham, Washington with his wife and, we believe, 5 children.
So this man lives here with 5 children. Number one, I would not be surprised if the government is paying for all these kids, because that's what happens. All these people, they come here and then they start popping kids for the government to take care of. But the most important question is, this man arrived to the country in 2021, which was 4 years ago, and now he lives with 5 children. Did he come with his kids? Did he have those 5 kids in a period of 4 years? Like, how?
And following the shooting, the Trump administration says it's going to re-examine green cards that are issued to people from 19 countries of concern, including Afghanistan.
100%. It is time to put law and order. It is time to fix the broken immigration here in this country. If you are not a net positive in this country, you have no reason to be here. Go home. And that's why countries like Poland, Australia, they are the safest places on the planet, because they do not have reckless immigration policies. They do not have open border policies. What makes it even more difficult, the criminals, they have the Democrats here on their side fighting for them. Let's listen to this nonsense.
So in terms of where things stand this morning, there are some questions about specifically all these countries, right, that the president has referred to, which he calls, quote, third world countries.
He called them third world countries, or they are third world countries?
When we look at the re-examination process, there is also, Eugene, there is a concern about focusing too much on the country and what the ripple effect could be for those who are here in the country who are not a threat.
How do you know who's a threat and who isn't when there was no proper vetting done? Especially when we are talking about these third world countries, safety is not a priority. It's all about, do you know the right person and can you pay the price? It is amazing to see how these Democrats, the first priority is never the safety of the American people. They worry about everything else except the American people.
How do you see this playing out?
Well, that will be a real issue that we've already seen risen by Afghan communities and the associations that welcome and help resettle refugees. There's a real concern about keeping Americans and immigrants safe, how the Trump administration goes about doing that without harming and discriminating against those who have come here to actually be, as he would label it, an asset to the U.S. isn't yet clear.
You know what? If discriminating against Afghans or against anybody is what it takes to save lives here in this country, I'm in. They always worry about the wrong thing. Who cares about discrimination when we have Americans troops here in America losing their lives?
There's some concern that he may not be able to do that in a way that is fair, but he hasn't detailed his immigration plan yet in terms of how he's going to keep Americans safe. And I assume that there will be pressure on him to clarify that.
He's talking about what is fair. Let me tell you what's not fair. What's not fair is for the family of Sarah having to bury her at 20 years old while she was serving her country. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. It is certainly not a good day here in this country. We're going to pray for the family of Sarah. May she rest in peace. And we're going to pray for America. As always, thanks for watching. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave this video a comment. Always want to hear your feedback. Like this video, is going to help me with the algorithm as I continue to grow this channel. The struggle is real. The struggle is real. And of course, we're gonna continue to uphold and promote conservative values because this is what we believe in. And that's why, honestly, I created this channel. God, family, country. Repeat after me. God, family, country. As always, may God bless you and may God bless the greatest country on the planet. May God bless the United States